Hello. So today Olive is in the bath. So she had her implant week on Wednesday, so a week and a day ago. And while we're waiting for that to work, she has to be on antibiotics because there's I know, sweet pea, a 14-day sort of lag before it works. But in the meantime, where everything's being all backed up and she's all sort of a bit, not infected, but all backed up inside, her bottom's got very, very, very dirty, hasn't it, my love? So we don't want it to become infected or anything like that, so we have to give her a bath. Now I've got a very, just a warm bath here with Epsom salts in the water, just to help relax the muscles. And I'm just sort of making sure the water gets round her back end. She's actually not too bad having a bath. I have had chickens jump all over the place. She may jump out again, but we just need to get it off her because she was very mucky and that's not good. And apparently they like the warm bath. They're not too opposed to it. Olive's certainly quite good, aren't you, my love? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of keep her there for really as long as she'll go. In there. Are you right, my love? Good girl. And then what I'm going to do is, because there's quite big chunks of poo and yucky stuff on her feathers, is I'm just going to snip away the poo-poo because that's what we want to get. And it's important, it's really important. This looks a bit weird and a bit gross, but I'm just checking her bottom or her vent, which is where everything comes out, the eggs, the urate, the poo-poo. And her vent actually looks completely fine, but it's all got stuck on her feathers coming out. So when you've got chickens, it's really important to check their vent every once in a while, because they can get a lot of problems due to the eggs. Now Olive doesn't lay anymore because of the implant, but she's still having a bit of an issue, aren't you, my love? With the old back end, she's still quite, if I feel her, she's still quite full, and when I press, you see, it makes her react, which is not normal. I'm not pressing hard, I'm literally just doing that. And we're hoping that the antibiotics, it's not hard, it's like pressing a football that's slightly gone down. She's going to jump out again. It gives me a chance to look, to be honest. While you're there, I can cut out some feathers. Now, I'm not using my kitchen scissors, obviously. I'm using scissors that I just use for this sort of thing. But yeah, if I was to sit and try and pick all this poo off, it would hurt her. So the best thing I can do is snip the feathers off. Obviously you want to be really careful that you don't cut the skin, and just, I've done this a lot of times to a lot of chickens. And as you can see, she's not really fazed by it. And it must be nice not to have feathers caked in poo. Hey, my love. Anymore, and like looking at, and that gives me a chance as well to look at her bottom, at her skin, and just check the colour of the skin, because if it's blood red, that's also not a good sign, because there's a lot of pressure coming sort of from within and putting a lot of pressure on the skin. That I've also seen before, and that is never a good sign. You're being so good. Such a brave girl. She's also, you know, she's not best pleased because I've just brought her in from free ranging and shoved some antibiotics down her neck. She's on 2 different antibiotics. And now I've brought her in and bathed her, and now I'm fiddling around with her bottom feathers. So I'm sure she would rather be elsewhere, but seriously, she couldn't have gone on with a bottom like that. So, although this is pretty grim, I wanted to sort of show you that when you have rescue chickens, it's not all just fun and games. We do, if you take care of them properly, you do have to get quite hands-on with them sometimes and give them check over, and if there is things like caked poo on their bottom because they're not being very well, it has to come off, you know. It's one of those things. It's not, no one loves it. She's not loving having her bottom, skin around her bottom poked around, but you know, hey, Olive, my love, she's going to destroy the kitchen, but it has to be done. So I'm going to try and get Olive back in the bath and soak off the last bit of the poo. I've done quite a good job cutting off the pooey feathers, but there's a little bit left. So we're going to do that, then we're going to towel dry Olive, and then depending on how wet she is, we might give her a little bit of a blow dryer with the hairdryer. We'll see. It has to be on a very low setting and a low speed as well. So we'll give it a go. Anyway, so that's Olive. She is also up for sponsorship. She really does need sponsorship. Can do that via Patreon. Olive is an expensive girl, bless her, due to her ill health. And we could really do with some help with that. So yeah, that would be wonderful. So check out our link in our bio if you're on Instagram, or there's a pinned post on Facebook that says ways to help, and you'll find links to our Patreon there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll get on with Olive's bath now. See you later.